operating on a frequency of 52 megacycles by authority of the Federal Communications Commission. A test program follows. To you who've been trained technically, I need hardly say that there's still a number of problems to solve. I guess you know them as well as anybody knows them. But I think we've proceeded far enough to justify the statement, at least, that these technical problems are not insurmountable. We are operating on a frequency of 52 megacycles by authority of the Federal Communications Commission. A test program follows. To you who've been trained technically, I need hardly say that there's still...
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the final ever KOTE show. Not only is this show live because it's the live final, this is the last one we will be doing. It was sad to say, sad to be here, but that's what it is. Now, one mistake that we have done is we've not put a 15-minute delay.
No, because we're doing closed hands.
We're doing closed hands, even better.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. That's a valid point. So what we have coming up is we are going to have the red, blue, then captain's game from the Hamburger Lanterns versus Not Finished With You Mammook. We're going to have the 3 games in order, and this will be the winner of KOTE 10. Now, if we have any people watching this evening, we will have some prizes to both of you watching, or however many we get, and we will go from there. So, one quick thing.
Do you like my Christmas tree?
Oh, that's a lovely Christmas tree. That
It's
is
rainbow.
That is very much the best Christmas tree I have seen today.
How many have you seen today?
One now.
There we go.
So, just what's this? I can't see the Discord, so Brett's going to have trouble sending me stuff, so it's going to be an interesting experience because he's going to have to send me the game links. But we'll go from there. We're still waiting for Dammit to join. Do we want to take a minute to look at...
We can take this by the way.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking. So let me just... let's just hit the sites up. So, day 2, top cut, final. Who should we look at first? Not Finished With You Mammook?
Well, yeah. Let's have a quick
Well, let's start at this point. This is the route they've both taken here to get to the final. I mean, Not Finished With You Mammook is from Italy. Hamburger Lanterns, obviously Hamburg from Germany. And it's just an impressive feat they've both got here. I mean, Not Finished With You Mammook have gone ABR Bullet Bills. They've then had to take on Madrid Archons from Spain, and then finally KFPT Iberium last week, which they won 3-0. And Not Finished With You Mammook were top of their group. And for those of you that may not remember, the second in the group was Hamburger Lanterns 1. But Hamburger Lanterns 1 are the giant killers, are the sort of the princess story, as it were. They always seem to come back on the last and get to the end and win. So this is going to be a great experience to watch. And Hamburger Lanterns 1, as we can see here, they played...
Might want to hurry it up because Dramat's now in the game.
Okay, we will jump to the game then.
Okay, so we're not looking at decks then.
We won't. If they want to start, let's get started.
Alright.
We're ready. So, here we go. So, I might have to zoom in here or change the layout as we go on the fly for the first game.
Since it's been a while, you need to click on the hands if you want to see the hands.
I thought we were...
It's closed hands, but I have them represented, see?
Gotcha.
I know it's been a little while since you
Definitely.
So,
right.
Dramat of Not Finished With You Mammook won the coin flip, so they're going to be going first, and they have got a nasty deck.
Do you want to talk through the deck?
Yeah, if you just hover over the set symbol, it'll give the deck list.
I have already. Let me just share the screen with you.
I'm in the game.
Oh, you're in the game? Yeah, you don't share the screen with you. Cool. So there we go.
Triple Hunting Witch. Intermission Draft. We saw this deck on Tuesday being played by the captain. It is a nasty deck.
Triple Hunter Witch is always an experience, shall we say.
It is. It's just whether if the hunting witches come early, it's going to be a big issue. Yerk going to be doing some nice cycling. Ooh, discarding the Gamgee. Guess playing around that double cowards then double look the bodies.
My puppy has just left me. So sorry, miles away. So I'm not used to running at this speed.
Nice. Yeah, it's usually as fast as fast.
It's nice and chilled out.
Rocket Boots experimental therapy on the Vlada. So it looks like Jamat's just filtering for the deck, and now, ooh, Redlock could be an issue. If you can't get rid of Redlock,
So
then John has to just keep not playing creatures and keep slowly gaining number.
so that's at the end of your turn. If you do not play any creatures, game 1, and it's got skirmish. So it's quite a powerful
Not
bugger.
elusive, so it's easy to deal with, but
Has to be dealt with.
Damat has stunned their only creature down. So no, if a player has an explosive start, I'm just worried about if Dramat can set up this huge Logos turn, into a huge untamed turn with these triple hunting, which is it's going to be hard to deal with.
Yeah.
Logos, we just had a Logos turn.
Unless the drew us a better Logos. Well, Lobby of Battle, good to get that down. Research Smolar, yeah, he's drew some Logos.
Yeah, but the problem here is we've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Logos cards.
Mm-hmm.
This makes this library access a lot worse.
Yeah, but at which point you've got to cycle the deck still. If you've got that stuff in your hand, you sometimes got to get it out. But then we take the extra 3 from John Lang goes in from the Dust Imp, sacrificing itself against Valadar. Yurt goes in to kill Valadar.
Wants to keep this Redlock around.
Yeah.
Red Hot Armor, Exhume, bring back the Dust Imp. Then pass. So the Scramble Storm did a lot of work this last turn. It prevented all this coming out.
You did.
And then we see the pass. Oh!
Well, another Dust Imp down.
No, so Redlock counts Exhume in its ability. So John doesn't go to 6 because he played a creature.
Yep. Which is it. Yeah, Zoom is take a creature from your discard and play it. So yeah.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that.
I mean, it's short-term pain for long-term game. Discards the cowards and does not want to give the key, which would have that would have been beautiful, but does not want to give the opponent a key just to get an additional 2 amber.
No, sensible plan.
Yep, just breaks even. And this is where Dramat's going to suffer. They haven't got the same kind of amber control. They're a busty, rushy deck. But we haven't seen an untamed turn from them yet, and they've been playing a fair amount of cards. 3 or 4 cards each turn, so just haven't seen them untamed.
Yeah, so it's slowly building up. They've probably got three or four in their deck now, in their hand now, working out what to do with them, looking at the numbers.
We haven't seen a Logos turn from John either. This could be very interesting as we move forward.
Definitely. That's why we're here. That's why we're alive.
Juggle into Shadows, remove stun. Key status, Nerve Blast. Gets, nice archive. Gets the extra amber. John played around this Redlock very well. Might explain why the Gamgee was discarded quite early, because it's got a fair amount of creatures in some of the houses. Library access with only 5 cards left. Might not be great. Are we going to see the graft?
Now would be the time to see it. Ideally, have they got Brig? Has he got Brig as well, or is it just a graft?
No,
just a graft.
This is a KOTE deck.
Oh, KOTE deck, yeah, wait, Brig.
Graft.
As expected. Come down.
That was very well played.
Oop. I'll be back in 2 seconds, man.
We see that amber shift over. Dramat gets a lot of momentum there, but Swindle comes in to steal that free right back. It's a shame Redlock wasn't around for the extra 1 amber, but we've seen 1 unlock gateway go. No, we haven't seen any unlock gateways, and we're almost halfway through the deck. So Dramat knows this is a risky play. We've seen 1 coward's end go. Until which one? Discards Drew. Discards Drew Fairy to re. Oh, okay. Cool. Doesn't want to fill the hand with some Logos of Bromna. Makes sense. Plays Nocturnal Mirror, doesn't matter. Only getting to 5. Oh no! Fertility chance. That's a risky fertility chance. So that gets to 9, but that puts John ever closer to getting the second key.
But I'd say at this point he has to take that risk because John says that too far ahead. I mean, it's risky, but it's what he needs to do. But I mean, special delivery here will purge Hunting Witch. I'm fairly sure, or not.
Well, Pope Macy's special delivery. Routine jobs, nice one. Oh,
Bottom left.
wild wormhole to unlock gateway.
That's tedious. Yeah.
So John's now at 10. Jamat not able to close this gap, and they are the rush deck. They are the ones that benefit from the momentum. Regrowth, Hunting Witch, Ice, Hunting Witch, Holocaust. Still not seen the second Hunting Witch. Neither the second nor the third Hunting Witch have shown up. John is just going to get 2 amber here, and yeah, there's actually nothing. If John just gets 2, he kind of has this down. There's Crump, Bumpsy, Gauntlet Command. What are we going to see here?
He just needs to get, as you say, 2, 3 armor. 1 armor's there in place with the Call of the Week. 3 fates comes down to clear the board, give him better positions on 6.
Yeah, even Binding Irons to add chains gets to 6. So Bumpsy's the only out here, and the issue with Bumpsy being the only out here is it just buys 1 turn. Bumpsy Crump, so plays Gauntlet Command. Attaches Phoenix out to Bumpsy so it can be replayed once it gets destroyed. But that just means that John has to get 1 amber and not play any creatures. Which is, play Swindle, that's it.
Yeah. There's no overcapture there.
That's a hell of a deck. And that Swindle's a redraw.
The luck is on his side for this game. Let's see how the next 2 go.
Yeah. And there we go. Hamburger Luncheons get ahead by 1.
So it's 1-0 to Hamburger Lanterns. Now, bear in mind, when these 2 met up earlier in the round, it was 2-1 to Mamook. So it's going to be interesting to see what comes through.
So I believe that in that situation, the exact same thing happened in round 1. They took the red game.
Yeah, that's why they think they chose this order. So we'll see what happens. Now, I've got a puppy here with me. So we'll see what comes through. So we've got a couple of minutes during the switchover. Brett, could you Facebook message me the... don't actually ignore everything I'm saying. I'll just have a look. So this next game will be between who?
The next game will be against Uriel and Ira Daly.
Ira Daly. So let's know.
This is again another rematch. 80 SAS, exact same as what it was in the first round, and in the first round it went to not finish New York.
So it's going to be a very tight one here. So let's see what's going on.
So Uriel says they're ready. We just haven't heard from Ira Daly. Game's up. They'll probably have the same password.
Okay.
There you go. Ira Daly's coming in now. Perfect.
I am being blind, obviously, because I cannot see the game. Let's refresh the page.
It's in competitive.
That's why I'm being blind. Still can't see it.
So we look at. Ooh.
You sure it's there? Is it?
Yeah,
Is it?
I'm in it.
Is it not hidden?
No, I'm in it.
Ira Daly. Is yours competitive? Daruk, Bamako, William, I'm God, AWT.
Uriel, you're looking at.
Oh, you're yeah. I'm blind. Yeah, I know. I apologise.
So we've got Worlds Collide we've got Worlds Collide taking on Worlds Collide taking on Dark Tidings. Yes. Ooh.
So, Brett, do you want to chuck in a giveaway to see if you can get rid of a couple of these last few mats?
Yeah, I can do a giveaway.
So, guys, we've got a few play mats we want to get rid of as this is our last event. If you'd like to be in a chance of winning one, which is quite likely, type in giveaway in the chat. If you don't want to be in a chance of winning one, don't. And we will post them out to you over the next couple of weeks. Okay, are we ready for the game? Oh, yep, we're already starting. So, good luck, have fun, both guys.
So, it should be under hashtag playmat.
Awesome. So, type hashtag playmat into the chat for a chance to win one of our KOTE formats. Yes, Oriel, we're ready, man. Ready for when you are.
Open giveaway to entries. It says there's a pack of sleeves as well, but there's no pack of sleeves on that one. I don't know why it's saying there's a pack of sleeves. I do apologise for that one.
Okay, so Uriel Sheffield is deck, draws 6, and Uriel has got the toss to go first.
Yeah, hashtag playmat. We'll get you into it. And then Moobot will send you a little entrance, and boom, there you go.
Right, so we've confirmed we're ready to everyone.
Yeah, and it looks like we had a straight mulligan from Ural.
Yep, let's get the hands up.
So Hamburg Luncheon's on the top, and then we've got Mook on the bottom.
So, second match of the final of KOTE 10.
Yes.
Who will be the final KOTE champions? These guys will go down in history for at least a week. He's already thinking that's a interesting sign. I know what I would do if I was him. Well, while he's thinking, Brett, what do you think of the decks?
I'm just advertising on Discord that we've got the giveaway, but I'll check in a second.
Okay, cool. Let me pull up the first one. So, Mass Mutation at the top, double Market Disc, double Techno Fiend, double Skippy Time Hog, double Generals at Salvador, and a hell of a lot of enhancements across the board. Here we go. So we see CXO comes down as the first card.
Pabba is a very powerful card to get early. You like that? Vault Keeper, Amber Cap Stone, that's not that big of an issue for this deck.
It's quite a good, powerful starting hand, though. I mean, second round through, CXO will no longer be a problem if they're still there.
But giving Taper that one turn to actually get used, it might have been Ural fishing out for removal, but if they've got any other Starlights in hand, this could be very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of removal, not a lot of actual removal for an 80 SAS deck.
Well, every deck has some form of weakness.
Yeah, Cantina Flux, Free Fake, Zoom. Yeah, there's only 2 cards that I constitute as like full removal. You have got Simon. But,
Simon's so situational. It's a great card, but it's so situational.
If that Vault Keeper sticks around, that Vault Keeper is going to be a huge issue because there's actually a lot of stealing in this deck.
Yeah. Well, let's see what comes down the pipe. So, CXO, Star Alliance has been called CXO's Reach. So you can now play one non-Star Alliance creature card. You now play Subtle Wall. Why is my puppy trying to steal my dinner?
Oh, that's Quintina Flux. Very nice. Plays Xeno training because do anything. We might see an Exhume onto the Tabber, which isn't the worst. But having to get rid of that Vault Keeper. Quintina Flux might have been an issue. And there is a Red Alert left in the deck, so Red Alert is going to do a lot of work now.
Mm-hmm.
And that Cinder is going to be really hard to deal with. but it will eventually kill itself or destroy the board. But it is going to manage the board. Hamburger Legends have a distinct advantage here. Orbital videos, very nice. Essence scale could cause some issues.
I mean,
Got to get rid of that Vault Keeper. That Vault Keeper's on the shortlist easily.
He's only got 2 cards in his discard, man.
He had 3.
Oh, my mistake. Sorry.
Equalised, Vault Keeper, and General. But yeah, that Vault Keeper had to go as quick as possible. That's not too bad of a furnace, especially seeing as you can now run that into Cinder and Exhume it.
And CXO is now in play again as well. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's why it was played first, because there was already an Exhume in hand ready to go.
It would make, and possibly an Infernus as well.
Yeah, an early Infernus is never great.
But you make use of it when you can.
Exactly.
So Mr. Daly's turn here. Looking at the options he's got mainly dis down, so he's probably not got much dis in hand. Or he's going dis again.
Ooh, Magnus forcing into this.
Oh yeah.
Fight, Reap, stun, get stunned. Both players playing very conservatively.
Well, man, it's the end of the tournament. They'll always do.
Yeah.
So, did he forget about the orb, I wonder?
No, I think it's trying to very slowly get to 6. But there was no point in fighting the Taper, because I imagine he doesn't expect him to go Starlights for a while. I imagine the Shadows is kind of building in the hand.
Yeah, so probably potentially never dis turn, then Shadows, or just straight to Shadows.
Oh no, they were forced into this because of the market. This Taper wasn't an issue.
That is true.
That is huge. Brat the Bold. Shoulder armor, Brat the Bold. That is a big boy. And there is no removal that can handle it. Simon can handle it, that's it.
But it's not how big your board is, it's how you use it.
Yeah, but... Are we... Yeah. Ooh, goes for the Reap instead. I was going to say, we're going to see a fight to get a better red alert, but no.
Spy Trap's gone down.
Lighten the Archons, make it a bit bigger.
Makes sense. With the capture from something.
So getting to 8, thanks to... The stealth mode's going to be huge here.
No actions from Mr. Daly here. Though he's got the better board, it's going to struggle to get captured too often.
Baldric the Bold is going to be an issue. Yeah, but do you just let Euro get the key go into Sanctum? Because Baldric the Bold here takes out Zeo Taper, as well as keep itself alive, keep itself allowed to get any damage.
Yep.
It gets you up to what, 6?
Probably 6 or 7, but some guys will be reaping for that, so they'll be stunned afterwards.
Let's fight 6, 7 with a Reap. And then that's only 5 damage from the Red Alert, which wipes out 2 creatures.
Not even that. Oh no, it is true. Yeah. Both
Yeah,
the both the ones that are stunned, but already stunned. So which is the risk is not so high.
But we might be seeing a Ronnie Risclox here.
Well,
Brend.
Interesting.
Oh, Brend into Spike Trap.
Of course, perfect sense. Came off the curve, battle to 5. Uriel comes up.
Beautiful hit off the on wall. Get rid of the Chronos.
I mean, this entire turn has been beautiful, quite frankly.
We haven't even seen Ira Daly pull out the true Sanctum with the Fabian yet.
But he's a keep behind, and they're both on 5 amber.
Yeah, keep behind and on 5. So although it looks bad for Dramat on paper, they are playing very well, and this World's Collide deck is doing a lot of work.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a great game. It's one of the best games we've seen for ages.
the loss of that Vault Keeper is huge, and Stonegrave is going to allow for the Archive of Chronos. Yeah, that was why it was such a good hit. Exhaust. If you reap, you have to sacrifice one of one of your own guys. I guess you get rid of the Bulwark.
It would make sense. But what else are you going to do?
I mean, you have the option of doing nothing and just staying at 6 and just going, well, if we've got many risk clocks, I'm denying them 1. Because, looking at the deck list, if they've got Chain Gang, Subtle Chain, which is 2 cards, they can mess about with you. Hugger Mugger can mess about with it. Oh, no, goes for Reap. No, uses Essence Scale to destroy it. To destroy Bulwark. Curious. And it doesn't do anything with that. That's a little bit weird. I kind of like it.
I wonder why. Why would you? Oh, you want to border it onto a taunt?
Oh, but there's nothing that can in this deck that can deal with it. Oh, look at that! Thrain into Thrain's Blaster. It's a dirty card.
Onto 7, 1 off the Ivy's up, 1 off behind.
So this means that Ivy Daily can't go Logos, and they've just put Chronos into their archives. Look at that!
That was sanctioned time for Mr. Daly, I reckon.
Dramat is they've played this before, and Dramat is playing around Ivy Daily to get Winky. This is perfectly. Logos has no way of stopping this key, regardless of the fact that it's you've got to skip a time where we're able to do something. But so we're gonna see Euro definitely get this key. We might see a Discombobulator turn. Unfortunately, that's it for Quincan's ability because there's already a Shadow card in play. But we might see it go back into Star Alliance and then just block the board a little bit.
I mean, it all depends too much on what's in the hand here. There's not enough there to take from of. This is what we'd expect to see. It could quite frankly.
This is really interesting to see Ira Daly playing into the logo steal rather than going, say, Sanctum and dealing with the Quincan beforehand.
Do you think
going, okay, I'm going to be 2 keys down, but I'm going to cycle a lot of my deck.
Do you think it was a misplay, or do you think it was deliberate?
I wouldn't want to speculate, but the fact is we've seen 3 cards. Then we see a discard of the discard of the causal link.
That's an interesting one.
That's very interesting.
I wonder why.
Discombobulator. Unless the hand is pure, like 6 cards of logos.
Even then, this of course will give you an amber.
No, Cosmo doesn't give an amber. It
No, it doesn't. Just like card, yeah, and itself, yeah.
Unless you've got like an enhancement for it, yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's the one I have. I think it has enhancement, which is why I was forgetting it.
Discombobulator only with the amber pit. Play Skippy Time Hog, so Silence is kind of useless next turn. Capture 1. It was. This card's Infomorph, so it doesn't want to exceed the board too much. But their hand was literally all logos. That Quincan came down at the perfect time.
So Sleepy Time Hog is the cards cannot be played next turn. So cannot be used on the board or next turn.
So Subtle Maul can't be used, Frame can't be used, and Quincan cannot be used.
But also, Orb of Invictus Orb doesn't get used if there's a way of getting it ready, so things won't get stunned.
No, that's a passive ability. Things will still get stunned.
Also, I thought that stopped passive abilities too. My mistake.
No, it just stops you using cards. Passive abilities still work, like Soul Snatcher, Auto Encoder.
So what we've got here, we've got 6 amber with no keys for Mr. Daly, and Uriel is on 2 keys with 1 amber. I mean, do you now try and take Mr. Daly off to 6 to 5, or do you just try and get...
I think that's what we're going to see now. We might have the second Exhume into... Oh! No, he hasn't got it. If he had a second Exhume or a Rock Grub, that would have been a stop of the key, but Uriel is comfortably ahead.
But the board here, as we always say, though it means little, Mr. Daly's got the board.
Aridale has the board, but the board isn't the issue. The Malphacon is the issue.
That is true.
Because the Malphacon now prevents stealing, that needs to be dealt with before shadows, and the entremet is the perfect way to deal with it. So I think we're going to have to see a Sanctum or this turn to deal with the entremet.
That would make sense. But of course, you destroy a creature of the house with. Yeah. That's
Ira Daly is playing really well around this red alert because we're getting down to 9 cards left. But yeah, Ira Daly's now to think. But we've seen Ira Daly discarding creature cards, try and prevent as much damage as possible to Cinder and Bodrick the Bold. Oh, hello Crusader. Hello, not tonight. Great to have you here.
joining the giveaway.
Yeah, well, they've jumped in on the Moonbot giveaway. It's your KOTE 4 playmat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we've got 7 people in the giveaway so far.
Wow.
But I think 2 of them are me.
I need
So I
to
tested it was open.
I need to see how many mats we have afterwards. So at this rate, they may all get one. This is going to be a difficult move, whatever Mr. Daly's thinking here.
This is the thing. Entremet needs to be dealt with, but it has to be in a way that doesn't increase the board too much, but also needs to catch up in amber. But Baldric the Bold is a great 2 amber solution to
Everything.
Entremet, but might not get them to 6. And if Uriel can just rush to 6, I don't think Mr. Daly has that many options. Has many options to get out of it. Fabian is a great one out. Snarette could do some great work. Adaptode could be really strong. There's some great answers in here. You can see why these decks are both 80 SAS. But Uriel has just had a very distinct advantage. There's 17 cards left. We've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shadows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 discs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Sanctum House of Mr.
Allies.
Daly.
Yeah.
So Mr. Daly's calling Sanctum.
The shadows is going to be building up for Uriel, but isn't going to want to do anything until that Malphicon is off. Using Fabian to take care of the Quincan, very nice. Then we're going to see the fight. Gets up to 2.
Gets rid of the Malphicon.
Yep. I think at this point, Ira Daly's saying if they've got the red alert, they deserve to take me down.
I mean, he's got 9 cards left in the draw, so there's a 50-50 chance, I'd say, at this point, almost.
Yeah.
Well,
We haven't seen,
2/5,
we haven't
but yeah.
seen the play style lines for well, like we saw him play it and then he got the next turn, but we only saw a 3-card turn in this. Ooh, that's a very risky one.
as I say, I think if you're gambling, he's not got red alert. Let's go the whole hog.
But I would have reaped there.
Mhm.
Frame captures 1 and deals 2 damage, which isn't great. I guess what Yo-Yo was playing on there was going for the praying into Bodrick and then blowing up the board, going, well, I'm just going to kill your creature for doing it.
Yeah, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. But here we go.
I'm liking this manipulation. The chains have reduced Ira Daly's hand to 5, and now the subtle maul gets rid of another one.
So we've got a Shadow's turn coming. This will be interesting to see.
We might see Simon come down here. Or I might just see a load of creatures get pitched and then be just to make space. Avind, Hugger Mugger, Chain Gang, Shadow Council. I mean, if you're Ira Daly, you're not. The more creatures that come down, the better it is for you because it's going to keep more of your creatures alive. But if Shadow Council comes down, you might want to run the risk to get rid of it. Because if Malphicon goes,
Yeah.
3 Fates is still in play, but 3 Fates still doesn't hit Malphicon because of the shoulder armor.
Yeah, but it does get rid of some other. It does get rid of the taunt on Malphicon at least, so it's not a terrible position. But again, he's in shadows, so
The biggest issue now is that Favian,
Mm-hmm.
because the longer that's down, every capture becomes steel instead, and steel is such a powerful mechanic. Always has been.
It's going to be interesting to see where this goes.
Definitely a big thing here. That was a good hit, get rid of the daughter. Ivy Daly has definitely gone through more of the deck a lot quicker.
Well, I mean, they've got a draw of 7 versus the draw of 9, but has he cycled once, hasn't he? No, he hasn't cycled yet.
Yeah, no cycle yet. We've got an archive of 3 and a draw.
And there's a Shadow Council. That's going to be an interesting one.
Even interesting placement on the Ronnie wrist clocks there. Okay, 5 Shadows creatures down.
That's why I need to get the red alert through. But yeah.
I mean, I get it, but at the same time...
Well, if they're not there, the red alert will come out. If they are there, Jay Vinder will reap twice to kill Skippy Time Hog and do 1 damage to someone else.
I think it will be a 1 damage to Skippy Time Hog, a Ronnie wrist clocks into Favian, and then another reap from Jay Vinder to hit again.
That gets 2 cards in their hand for next turn.
Yeah, that's the issue. The chains are still at 2, and there's a subtle maul and 2 Vinders. So that needs to be dealt with very quickly. But you've just given Baldric the Bold here 3 emissions to get 2 more amber.
Mm-hmm.
This might be the catch-up they need. That is needed here. It looks like
I don't know.
It's kind of slowing down a little bit. Shadow Council cannot steal here until Malficon's been dealt with, and the only removal left is 3 Fates and Red Alert. Red Alert now does nothing to this board, and 3 Fates only hits Dino Knight, Cinder, and Baldric the Bold, which means that this Malficon's still safe and can still be protected again. And while Euro has to put all the resources into dealing with this one little bird with a discombobulator on its back, Ira Daly's might be able to catch up if they can sprint forward. The big thing that Euro's got going for them here is the disruption, the ability to just keep messing with Ira Daly's hand. We see the archive get pulled.
What Uriel could do is he could charge Avinda and Ronnie Whistlocks to fight into Cinder, and then Hugamona and Avinda to go into the other one, to the Malakon. Thus, it will take out, and then he's in a bad position with Red Alert with 2 steel.
Yeah, it would do. There's the mark of this forcing into shadows, but
That's brave.
no, I think the board's going to get dealt with here.
Well, we'll see.
Marcus is used. There's no board wipe. Essence scale could be very, very good here. Sack the Dino Knight. Something else along those lines.
I don't know what you'd sack, to be honest, because the Dino Knight, you give him 1 amber back. I suppose it's only 1 amber.
I'd reap with a Cinder and blow up my own Skippy Time Hog to get around these Avinders.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
Goes for the fight instead. I'd want to be catching up on amber here.
Well, if he knows he's going to be... He's got a turn breather, he knows. So the Avinders are now more of a problem.
Oh. Histicog is going to be huge if it... Because it can just blow up this Shadow Council next turn. So we're gonna see the Essence Scale come down. Uses steel from the Techno Thief and destroyed Steel one as well.
Asset Sale on Techno Thief, allowing you then to ready Hypnocog, Hypercog.
Yeah. No, blows from the Dynamite is going for the amber here. Look, going for the fight. gets to 5, Reaper the Malphacon, get to 6, and this is even up because because Uriel has nothing that can deal with this now.
Well, he's stuck in shadows at this point, so he's going to use Subtle Maul.
We're going to see something more, but Iredale is getting this key because there is no stealing capability.
Nope.
And then next turn, we're just going to see Disco, and we're going to see Drekka steal for 2. If Drekka survives, we're going to see Drekka steal for 2. I think. Guess what? This guy's up position research. Iredale might have pulled this back here. The board is in their favour.
Definitely. Would you just Reap for 3 at this point?
No, you can't Reap for 3 because you're just going to have 2 of that stolen from Technofiend and Drekka. Because all Iredale has to do next turn is Reap for Drekka steal 1, Reap for Technofiend, Essence skill the Technofiend to steal another one, ready Drekka, steal, and you've got 3.
Yeah.
You have to deal with this board. And I think it's going to have to be a case of Shadow Council into Technofiend, and then Ronnie Risclox into, say, Histagog to get rid of the Drekka and the Technofiend, but then you're gonna put Iredale into the basically swap positions with Iredale, where you're on 2 keys and 0 amber, and they're on 2 keys and 1 amber, but with a full board ready to go. This Baldric has carried, and it is so big.
And I think he's only fought twice. Maybe once.
Yeah.
The threat of the Baldric has carried.
The big thing here is this red alert not showing up, and the fact that in this key turn, they're locked in shadows. These marking discs have turned up perfectly. Because if they could go Starlight and just wipe the board, they'd be fine.
So we'll see the fights coming down.
That's an interesting way of going around it. Just you're leaving 1 additional creature alive here. But sure. It's got to be the fight again because you can't. Podrick's too big.
It's a Favian, I imagine, at this point.
Favian doesn't do anything here. You've got no amber.
Yeah, but the point is you'll get amber at some point. You can't stop the forge, so you plan for the medium game.
So Iredale's going to be on 2 keys for amber, and it's going to. Yeah, it might have to be the Fabian. Check the discard. 1, 2. We've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sanctum 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think the Logos was the correct. Get rid of the Kronos was the better answer there.
It's a hard one, definitely.
You've just seen opposition research go, and we're looking at the hands. We've got what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sanctum and Logos are kind of tied for what could possibly be in the hand. But one's just been discarded as well, so it's a Logos turn here.
So he doesn't want to put any. He also put too many more creatures down because any more creatures goes down, Baldric goes because the red alert's got to be in his hand now, or at least in the last 4 cards of the draw.
Also, I'm gonna think Iredale Uriel did not play any cards there.
Yeah, but he was forced into shadows, so he knows what. What? So what? But he's only had 5. Well, he's only got 5 shadows that have gone. No, 6. Oh wait, 9 shadows have gone. Yeah. So he's got.
Reach the Cinder to destroy Cinder because the Breaky has a capture icon, which means he was able to steal the amber back.
Nicely done.
Oh, that's very nice.
What protection has he got left to do the steal? Does he have a frame or something left on it?
Frame would be a capture.
Yeah, but that.
But even then, that is an absolute mess.
This is one hell of a comeback from Hamburger Lantian, so.
Oh, it definitely is. This is a beautiful game. their sprain and both Xeno trainings are gone. Literally, Frayne is the only option. But even if you get the Frayne down,
Oh no, Frey's the discard man. So
no, there's two.
no, it's not. It's one.
There's only one.
There's only one.
Sensor Chief Garcia does what? It does a bit of damage.
Sensor Chief Garcia would be great if that, but I haven't seen it come through. Have you? Because what you want to red alert followed by Sensor Chief Garcia is taking him off the.
The problem is Sensor Chief Garcia red alert tends to leaves Bodrick out, and then Bodrick just punches Garcia and goes to 8.
I'm hoping to have some other cards in there to make it less plausible. But you're right. I mean, what's he got left from this? I mean, this is going to be one hell of a play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Infernus.
8, 9. He's got another. He's got a second Infernus. Oh, it was a zoom.
No,
in.
Exhume the
All right,
Infernus.
we've seen the red alert come down, man. And Garcia.
Oh!
But Meta Ingram warding her though.
Yes, that's very nice. But
That's going to be an interesting couple of turns
there's
now.
one card left in deck. If that one card is Exhume, Uriel's got to be annoyed.
Yeah, it's still a zoom deck. I mean,
The problem is here with this way it's going here. If Ivy Daly just punches the Garcia with the Bodrick, they still go to 8, and there isn't anything in either player's discard that has double pips. So
Yeah.
the maximum that Infernus can remove is 2.
yeah.
It's
I think you're right. I think if we see Baldrick punch here into Garcia, then
there is still a line of play. It all depends on what this last card in the deck is.
what's the line you're thinking?
Then the maximum, if the hand is perfect, that Ivy Daily can remove is 3. So if Ivy Daily gets to 9,
You mean
from what I can see,
you mean Uriel can remove 3?
Uriel can remove 3. So if
Yeah.
Ivy Daily can get to 9, I don't see with what's left in the deck.
So does he have any Samson
Oh.
cards left in his hand that will give him a pip?
We have seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've seen 10. So the remaining cards are Amber Heart, which would do the job, and another general, I believe.
Well, that won't do the job though. That's to give you a pip, does
No.
it? So
Ooh, logos.
curious. So pops the ward.
Top sword. Keep time on prevent cards being used.
Makes
That's sold.
sense. So he needs to steal 1 next turn plus whatever's gained this round.
So, if Uriel goes 3 fates, gets rid of Dapto, gets rid of Botbuckton, gets rid of Bodrick the Bold,
And then Infernus
Rock
is...
Grub, and Infernus, they take control of the board, and they take control of the, and they're only down by 3 there.
Well,
There's 3 fates.
yeah, well, that's not a hard decision of what's going. There's only one option.
But this means that they there's no longer. But if you look, yeah, it has to be from their own discard because Ivy Dale's just reshuffled.
Mm-hmm.
But Uriel's about to reshuffle.
So it's not a full choice of what to spend it on.
That's right.
Which
No
one?
way, this last card. No way, this last card in Exhume.
No. It must be. It must be.
Your last card being Exhume is infuriating because
Well, he's got 2
you've got
left.
nothing left.
Well, he's got 2 cards still there, so maybe he's contemplating what to zoom before he plays it.
Infernus, always Infernus.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just trying to work out why he hasn't played it yet. He's got Binding Irons still left, I believe. No, both Binding Irons have gone. But
Both
yeah,
irons are gone. Infernus, but what do you get rid of? You haven't got many pips. I guess Light of the Archons, it doesn't do much for you.
at this point,
And you don't want to get rid of Frane's Blaster. You don't want to get rid of Free Fates.
I think it'll be Phrase Blaster, to be honest. The other one is Special Delivery, which is not even in this deck, so I'll be quite Spike Trap. Spike Trap's got a pip on it.
Spike Trap's great with Bren the Fanatic though.
It is, but you're then trying to look at the end game. Is that a combo that the odds are going to come back for you with?
Now, you see, the stealth mode is on the list for me because the only real action you've got to worry about from your opponent is Mark of Dis.
That's true. But stealth mode is a single card for making use of it. Spike Track and what's her name, Friend Fanatic require you having the 2 turns of Dis, 2 turns of Shadows.
True.
It's a hard call.
If this Milestone sticks around, that's going to be absolutely brilliant because the Rock Group can then get itself back in.
Is anyone looking at the timer for this, by the way? There's no timer on the clock.
There's a timer, it's underneath the hand.
Naturally, of course. So we are... It's not even underneath that hand.
26...
05.
26 minutes left. You know you can just pick up the hand and move it.
Yeah, but I'm kind of used to it being there now.
No, I mean, like, just look at the time.
Yeah.
If you lift it up a little bit, you should be able to see it when the hand gets used. I can see it.
So, you got... Xeno Train is the other one you could do. That's probably...
You kind of want your captures, though. Especially when your opponent be ahead.
But, yeah,
If Exhume is the last card here, it's going to be heartbreaking.
I don't think it can be.
But
he must be thinking about what to ditch.
the other thing is the possibility of... you can't hold the Exhume because you're about to redraw your entire deck. So,
what else is he going to be thinking about? He's got 3...
Ronnie.
No, that's not my point. My point was more of... What other card? If it's
Oh.
not on the Zoom, what could it be? He's got 6...
Oh, God.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 2 cards left. 2 discards left, I think. One of which is a Zoom. One of which is both binaries there. I don't know what the other one is. There's 3 discs. There's 5 on the board, including the artifacts.
There's Exhume.
Fine. There. So Ronnie.
Ooh, going for the steal. So rather than getting rid of 2 from the opponent, goes for the steal of 1.
But he gets it to 3 now with the board control, and there's no anti-theft in place unless this convertibility comes down.
It's a 3 to 4 with the Sensory Garcia and the Malison in play, which is 2 cards that can help deal with the amber control.
Ooh.
We haven't seen Simon, and we haven't seen Chain Gang or Subtle Chain.
It's going to be
Which could be possibly what
Ronnie's there to get the extra amber,
looking to set up is basically the Steel Chain.
which would make sense.
Because if Ronnie steals 1, Chain Gang comes down, Subtle Chain, discard gate, go up to 4, go up to 5, readies up Chain Gang, steal 1, and Subtle Maul, you disrupt your opponent's hand by 2 cards, you go up to 6, and you've stolen 1, which is a huge swing of momentum. Equalizer's been purged, Dynamite coming down, going to blow up Century Chief Garcia. Yeah, that was not even a fault. But both Exhumes are back in the deck now. Ira Daly has completely lost momentum thanks to that disc turn. That was a huge disc turn right in the end. And I think that is what Uriel has been waiting for. This has been such a swingy game.
Well, I don't think that's swinging, but...
But it has. Uriel was 2 keys ahead at one point, and now has managed to... This... Was he? I like that play. So Ivy Daily used the Amber Heart to get rid of the Skippy Time Hog to make Malison's ability not effective at all. Because Malison has to survive the fight to use its ability. That's very good. That's very good tactical thinking. But I don't think Ivy Daily sees what we see on the outside of this being a Shadow's turn, and that Uriel's is going to push themselves to 6 here. I really hope I've read this correctly, but this could be huge.
It really is. I need a beer after watching this.
Both players are taking their time. We've got just under 22 minutes left on the clock.
I don't think there'll be more than 3 or 4 turns left either.
That's not well. We don't. Yeah, I wouldn't. No chain gang. Is that a misplay?
I don't know. Do we miss chain and go through? Or is this?
I may have missed chain gang. Red alerts and.
Well, Simon coming down.
Simon.
Cecil Chain has been played.
So chain was played first.
Yep. Followed by Cecil Moore, followed by Simon.
Where's the chain gang? I think that might have been a little bit of a misplay. Cause I don't. Oh no, chain gang was played turn 6. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So at 4 to 5.
This is very close.
I mean,
now, Ivy Daily's in a position here where they have to play. They have to get to 6, but they can't play creatures that are below 5 power. Because if they play anything below 5 power, Malison is going to make force self-capture. Hugger Mugger captures another one. So we've got 5 to 3 with Hugger Mugger being elusive, and we've seen 2 cards get discarded, which was Drekker and Infomorph. Drekker is a huge one to get rid of here thanks to Essence Scale. Ivy Daily in a bit of a pinch here. Board is in Uriel's control. We can't see a gatekeeper come down anymore.
Unfortunately not. I mean,
Simon's gone.
What's left?
Malison goes. Yeah, Malison had to die there. Capture wise for Ivy Daily. I think Mark of Dis was definitely needed.
Every time we've seen it's been needed.
It's got to be the capture icons. We haven't seen Snarette yet. Breaky doesn't do anything here now. Snarette could help if Euro gets to exactly 6. There's a second Skippy Time Hog that we haven't seen. Oh, we have seen the second Skippy Time Hog that was played recently.
But we cycled the decks as we started, man, so there's a lot left that could be.
No, the second Skippy's in the discard. It was played just before the reset.
Okay.
Extra Ray doesn't do anything because it blows up a Shadow's creature. We've seen Star Alliance. Not a bad play. Reeves Medigingo, nice ward. Uriel's got such a control set. Quintina Flux is going to blow up the 6s and the 4s, which means gets to 7. And all the Sanctum creatures are gone.
First off,
Frane's
Refraker.
going to capture one. Oh. Don't say you got Frane's Blaster as well. Oh my god, Queen can.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Now, the artifacts are going to stop
A little bit.
Sanctum, but Logos is now off the table without pushing further ahead.
Disc gets called.
The Ret has a capture icon. There is some capture icons in Dis. This is such a close game. I nearly had it in clinching, and went for the risky turn, and even said it was a risky turn of playing the Logos out, and that gave the exact momentum Uriel needed to come back.
I mean, he's technically got Uriel down to 7 now. Is there anything else he's got to just get rid of 2 more?
It has to be captures. Cinder has a capture.
It's 1. Yep.
Captures onto Snoret. Need another capture. Techno Fiend has a capture as well if they redrawn the Techno Fiend.
I think we would have seen it. He would have played it by now. So.
Breaky has a capture. But I think we'd have seen those instantly come down if they were still around. Ooh, Techno Fiend.
Oh, okay, my bad. There we
the
go.
Capture. Never mind. Ivy Daily slow rolling us here.
So then we're going to get 1 on Snare at the end of this round as well. So they need to get rid of Snarette, which will be a challenge.
I like this. Ooh, I don't like that.
It makes sense.
But with the same breath, you could have destroyed the Techno Fiend, stolen 1, readied Snarette, and then got rid of those 2 Amber.
Mm.
Yes, Quintino Flux is gone, but 3 Fates is still around.
So at this point, do you just reap for 3 with the Star Alliance and...
You don't reap for 3, you can only reap for 2, because Medic Ingram's stunned.
Oh, missed that, yeah. I'll take that back then. You want to reap to 6, you want to reap 7 or 8. You can't do that.
You need to get above 6 here because of the Snarette. You can't deal with the Snarette.
Well, not easily. You need to chuck 8 into that. Sorry, 6 into that, and then 4 into that. So you need a total of 10. You ain't going to do that with what you've got there.
No, if there's been the redraw of 3 Fates is pretty much the only answer here.
Well, let's remember Uriel is still in a good position, provided he can get.
It's a very strong decision, which is why I'd have gone for rather than getting rid of the Etchame, I'd have blown up the Amber on the Snarette.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Etchame then blows up Snarette, but
You've already got the 3 Amber.
It's a very risky play to leave it there.
So Infernus goes down, discarding 2. What's left?
If they go for the opponent, it's only going to be 1.
He's taking his own 1.
Subtle Chain. 3 Fates. I am a literal god. I called that.
Yeah, not a god, just still Brett.
Yeah,
that was one hell of a game.
So it's now 1-1. It all comes down to the captains, just like the players predicted it would. But if Ira Daly had blown up the Amber on Snarette instead, that would have taken the Amber totals to 6. We don't know what's left in hand, but that only puts Uriel at 6, which isn't an insurmountable amount. But all comes down to the captains now.
I mean, that was some unbelievable game. I mean, I say
It was.
I would have put money on Euro winning that. Then I'd happily double down on Ira Daly. Then at the end, I wouldn't know what to have done. That's what the sort of game we want to see more of. Right, so on to the captain's game. Oh, the pressure.
The pressure on the captains here. It's pressure that Crystal and Lorenzo are probably used to by now.
Maybe. We'll see. Alright, let's leave the game.
But yeah, that was one hell of a game and a brilliant game to have in the finals.
So let's see if I actually can find the game this time when it's set up.
So this is the only game that isn't a rematch.
Well, they have played each other, but they're on different decks at least.
Yeah, last time the captains were playing the 60s, and this time they're playing the 75s.
Right, I'm in the game as a spectator.
Oh, I didn't know it was up.
I literally saw that was there. I was just watching, I saw it appear. Yeah, let's make Brett reappear on the screen. I apologise for those of you who wanted to see Brett.
So it looks like we've got Dark Tidings taking on Mass Mutation? Yeah. Ooh, this is very interesting.
So for any of those people who've not entered the playmat giveaway, we've probably got 4 playmats that are being given away today. So join the playmat hashtag, #playmat, and Brett will do the draw at the end of the stream today. And I will then double check how many we have, so we will announce it on Discord either later tonight or tomorrow morning.
I can do that. I can just do an announcement on there.
And if Mr. Kongi wins the 3rd playmat, I may refuse to give him one. I mean, there are only 20 ever made, I think, so... there may be 25, but yeah, there weren't that many printed. Only one of the playmats left is signed, just to warn you. So... Are we there?
Started.
Oh, is it? Oh, sorry, I was not ready for that. There we go. It's now live. Alright, so here we have a Dark Tidings versus... My mind has gone blank.
Dark Tidings versus Masturbation.
Yep. So, let's start, guys. Lorenzo... Crystal wins the toss.
So, triple mug, triple scooped, triple bubbles
Always fun.
with a Z-Force agent versus double Fabian, double Q-Mech mutant deck with double Mindfire. This could be very interesting.
I like the Lorenzo's deck, I'll be honest. Slightly more.
Bubbles! Bubble, bubble, bubble.
Well, it's not just bubbles, it's triple bubbles. But the double Q-Mech's nice as well. Well, a lot of pips.
Double Q-Mech, it's the... This Unfathomable is quite interesting. You got the Brain Drain, Call of Void, and the double Hookmaster. It's a very punchy deck. Hard Simpson, Hobnobbler, Sea Urchin, Shoulder Id, Selective Preservation as well. This is a pretty decent. Oh, Anguish! Hey, Bubbles! I do like Bubbles. Bubbles, Hookmaster, Vilkia. Or is it Vicula? I also need to ask Can't Touch This how to say like good morning in Polish. My little boy's made friends with a little Polish girl. It's his first friend, and we're being very supportive. Inquiry Q-Mech. We've seen a very efficient deck being brought by Crystal, but Lorenzo's Lorenzo's deck is a proper pop. I like that. Using the standardized testing to get rid of bubbles, but also cycles the Q-Mech. We're seeing one number to 0. A very close start. The Anguish is back in hand. Have you Blue Spot? Have you got a message from Moobot, like DM wise, to say you entered? If not, I'll double check. But you should be entered. Oh, Hookmaster behind the shoulder id. I like that. I do like that. Discards Hard Simpson. Strange, but I like it.
I just took the opportunity at the start of the game to check the mats. We have 4 mats for giveaway today. 4 mats to be given away today.
Ah, nice.
None of them signed. My wife will be grateful that they're out of the bedroom.
There's Fabian, which is now going to turn all captures into steel, but there's only 1 amber. Lorenzo's playing this very conservatively, no kind of rushing. There's the steal of 1. Cleanser Wave gets up to 3, but we might just see Lorenzo going to Unfathomable here. Brain Drain. We can't see what's in the hand here. This is a nice update for, like, before I just tell you, leave in the chat log what was in the hand, but now it just shows you a quick representation of the hand and you can't actually double check it. So we don't know what's going to get chucked here, but we're going to see the tide change here, definitely. And then Hookmaster will take care of Fabian and get rid of that 2 amber that has just been gained from them as well.
There's the tide.
This guy, returns Mindfire to the top of the deck. This is such a good control deck. Lorenzo has shifted the tide once again. 3 amber for Lorenzo with 1 amber for Crystal. And also Crystal lost a card there. With the fact that it was Mindfire that was lost, lets me know that there's some cards in Lorenzo's hand that have got quite a few pips, so we might see those come out next turn, just to get around the fact that Brain Drain is going to be coming out soon.
I mean, these are two of the best players that I've come across in my travels playing KOTE. Both of them quite well known in the European circuit. I'm not sure how well Crystal's known on the American circuit. I mean, this is the game to watch.
This is an absolutely beautiful game. Call the Void. It had the other Mindfire in hand. Call the Void is gone, which allows for steal of 1 from Mindfire, and Call the Void allows you to exhaust the creature, and if it's already exhausted, destroy the creature, make them move 1. We haven't seen a Starlight's turn called yet. The loss of Fabian means that's a capture, not a steal, which is beautiful. We know there's a Mindfire in hand for it. Well, on the top of the deck for Crystal now, which means that this threat, if not dealt with this turn, is going to be able to probably going back into this next turn.
Yeah.
That's the Starlines. Possibly saying, yeah. Oh, selective. Nice.
Selective preservation. Choose a creature or each power value. Destroy each creature not chosen. Nicely played.
And 3, 4, and 6 were the only powers on, which means Lorenzo was able to completely wipe the board. Hawkins will get to 4. That is absolutely nasty.
6.
Hey, there you go, blue spot. It looks like you're in the giveaway now.
11
so far.
5.5 minutes so far. Turn 5. Crystal's 2 ambers to Lorenzo's 4. This is still 0 keys, but Lorenzo has the board and the 4 amber. So let's see what comes out now from Crystal.
Yeah, Crystal got a long way there. But we saw last time that the Hamburger Lanchians had the advantage on the board, but all it took was a couple of good turns, and not finishing Mammook were able to pull it back very quickly.
Oh god, yeah. Oh shit. I'll do it later.
Galactic Inquiry. This is a very interesting one. Yeah, Unfathomable. Yeah, that's exactly what I would have done. Hookmaster into Q-Mech, keep your opponent's amber under control. Oh dear God!
Still only on 5 amber though.
The bubbles get rid of the board. Second Hookmaster comes down fully healed, and then we see a Flame Gill Enforcer, Flame Gill Enforcer, which is the fact that
Very true.
Fangs and Crystal Hook. Get rid of Shoulder Hit. Makes sense. Burning Glare to finish off the stun. Personally, just go back into Unfathomable and just get those 5 creatures back online and be like, yeah, you bought yourself a turn, but
on the other hand, he's bought himself a turn.
There we go. 2 years of not playing. Got back. The bubbles comes back again. Oh.
5 amber to 4 with one hell of a board on one side and 0 board on the other.
Triple bubbles is dumb. Triple bubbles is dumb.
Triple most things are dumb. Triple bubbles especially.
So now there's 6 unfathomable creatures on board. 2 of which can remove amber when fighting, 1 of which you can capture, 1 of which increases key costs, and 2 of which are just 5 power creatures that are hard to deal with. Nice free markets there. Do you like that? Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be enough to stop Lorenzo from just going unfathomable next turn and taking advantage of the board they've created.
But the question is that the plan? I'm wondering.
I mean, you can capture 3 on the Enforcer, or even if Crystal gets up to 8, you can then make the keys cost 8. It's definitely interesting. I think Crystal's going to have to raise the tide here just to enrage the Flame Glow Enforcer and prevent the capture of 3 Amber.
That is true.
There's another capture. No, it's going to be much of. I don't think Crystal's getting a key next turn, but but Crystal is going to be very quickly behind Lorenzo in getting the key. I think Lorenzo is going to be set up perfectly.
He didn't
another key.
He didn't raise the tide.
No.
I mean, yeah, this is going to be infallible. Play the cards you have. With that, he's got enough fight targets here. Would he win the fight?
So without raising the tide here, Hookmaster can fight into General, and yes, they would take 3.
4, won't they?
They take 3 because of the armor.
Oh, sorry, so damage. Yeah, but they can. The point is, they can both take. They can both the Hookmaster can attack the General, capturing and gaining 4. Making the opponent lose 4. You'll lose 2.
No,
both.
the first Hookmaster's already got 2 damage, so that would die.
That's a fair point. Yep, missed that.
The second Hookmaster can attack, take Lorenzo down to 5. You can then capture 3 on the Enforcer if you want, or just run the Enforcer into Brennan, and then you can reap with the rest, getting yourself to 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, and increase key cost to 8 to prevent key cheating shenanigans, which I don't think this deck has. But Lorenzo is kind of firmly in control of the flow of the game.
Well, there's the infallible call that we expected. Yep. Then there's the Hookmaster fighting the General 1.
I think the big question here is what's going to happen with the Enforcer and the second bubble and the bubbles.
Well, the Enforcer's going to capture. I mean,
I don't think the Enforcer is going to capture. I think
I
the
can
Enforcer's going to fight to
or
get completely control of the board.
We'll see. Oh yes, it's not going to die. So yeah, take out General, or either of them, to be honest.
Reaps and bubbles. Reaps bubbles. Enforcer reaps goes to 9.
Okay.
Mason says, "Yeah, sure, fight me." These Q-Mechs are cute, but as long as Hookmaster is in the tide, those Q-Mechs just become draw 1 card but lose 2 amber. We didn't see any cards get played there though.
For the second turn, I think.
No, they were played.
Oh yeah, they played Bubbles turn before. My bad. Yeah.
Yeah, they played the previous turn. They did play the unfathomable turn, but we didn't see if it get played, which is very important information because unfortunately there's no mark of dis here to lock. Oh no, there's a mark of dis.
Well, this has just been chosen. Mindfire comes down.
Mindfire discards no steal there. Mark of dis into might have to be into Starlings, which is a bit of a pain, but we haven't seen mark of dis yet. If you can destroy this board and put your opponent into unfathomable, you've bought yourself a turn.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they can.
Well, he's got himself to 6 at least.
There's mark of dis.
So he's forcing Star Alliance next turn.
Forces Stars. I think that could possibly be a mistake. But it had to be done either way.
Does he any board wipes though? There's no gateway.
Crystals? Let's have a look.
No gateway. Nothing really in
No.
dis.
Group think tank.
Well,
Standardized testing. Well,
Group think that's what he needs right now, but it needs to be played and actioned.
a mutant's been played, so Baron's becoming enraged. Cleansing Wave's already been played because Cleansing Wave will be some huge scaling here. But I think what Crystal's going for here is, yep, you're going to have your first key, but both of your Star Alliance creatures are stunned. You've only got 5 cards in hand, and you don't really have a Star Alliance way to stop me getting this key.
Are you then also going to enrage something? Like Flame Girl Enforcer with your Soul Fiddle?
It would definitely have to be Flame Gun Enforcer or possibly. Personally, I'd probably want to enrage the Vulca
Yeah.
and then raise the tide to enrage the Flame Gun Enforcer, just in case they've got Diplomat. Because if they've got the Diplomat in their hand from Starlines, they can then use one of those two cards to keep you off the key.
That is true.
Plus, a lot of Lorenzo's strategy here requires them having the tide. Well, I guess the Hookmasters are kind of a bit useless at the minute because they're both taking quite a bit of damage.
Mm-hmm.
The main issue is that the triple scoops are looking very nasty here.
I mean, the pressure's on for this game. That's definitely true.
Yeah.
You can see it in the way they're playing.
But it's still really close. Lorenzo's only 3 amber ahead. Yes, they've got the board, but they're losing a turn here. And if we haven't seen many Shadows turns from
they're
Lorenzo,
being forced into Star Alliance. It's not the same as losing a turn, but it puts them in a tougher position than they would have liked.
But how many Shadows... We haven't seen much Shadows play. We've seen 2 turns of Shadows, possibly 1.
Mm-hmm. But if
Waking Nightmare is going to make the keys cost only 7, but it's still detrimental to the amber total.
Yeah, I mean, the more amber, the more expensive he makes the keys. So the keys are now costing 8, man. No, not 8. Yeah, 8. No, sorry.
7.
It says 8 up there.
Yeah, that's because Lorenzo reaped last turn with Vulca, which increased the key cost. Next turn it will change to 7 because there's only 1 discrete trope.
That's the buddy. Yep. Sorry, been tired and slow.
It's been a long time since either of us played. So, well, I played a couple of games when I record, but. The deals 1 damage. Oh, getting rid of one of the creatures as well. Very nice. So increase the key cost to 7. Uses Soul Fiddle to enrage Hookmaster. An interesting one. Oh, Inspector comes down with a capture. Key's going to cost 8 next turn, which is going to put Lorenzo exactly. I don't think that's correct. I think making Lorenzo pay 8 for the key is better than leaving them on 7 and having to force them off the key again next turn. Yeah, I with the way that this board plays, you haven't got the Favians, which means you could have set up a bit better. Because now you haven't got any mass steal. I think yes, you're going to get the key first. You might not even get the key first if they've got a Diplomat in hand. Ooh. Diplomat in hand. Basically, the time only gets the get the grill. It's going to be a Vulca to yeah. No, it makes Hookmaster. Oh, wanted to make it lose 2 rather than increase because the Inspector could be damaged. So Lorenzo has purged Scoop, which is a 2 amber play, but has got rid of Inspector, got 1 amber back themselves, and put Crystal off the key. Yeah. Yeah, no. That feels bad. Lose 2 amber, draw 2 cards. But if Lorenzo does destroy these Q-Megs, they'll be available for library card next turn. Which is draw 2 cards. But lots of buts here. Cost of 4 amber and the fact that your opponent still has 6 unfathomable creatures. This might just be a fight, reap turn. It's interesting that Oh no, Lorenzo couldn't use the Hookmaster that was at 3 damage. Keep on Relentless Whispers. It depends on the setup. I'm a bigger fan of Scooped at the moment because Relentless Whispers requires you to kill a creature, and that's not always going to be the case with especially board heavy sets. But Scooped captures from the other side, which means it's safe from being stolen, and you can collect it when you're ready. Whereas rather than okay, I now need to play more conservatively once you're getting closer to 6. So I'm a bigger fan of Scooped. I'm a bigger fan of utilizing my opponent's Amber on their board because there's not many cards that allows them to get it back. It's definitely a very interesting turn from the fact that library card is not going to be a much use next turn, but the bots have the reap they have the reap discard a card, draw a card, so could be quite powerful here. But Crystal didn't get to 6. Both Hookmasters are gone thanks to the damage pips. Oh, one's still there, so yeah. Oh, Archives Cubic. Gains 2 Amber, uses Hookmaster, fights the other Cubic, down to 3. Lorenzo is now just at full power. Not particularly. 4 damage to each creature that shares, so basically, uh, General will go, but Damobot will go, but will steal one on the way out. Oh, Radiant Truth is back. Cleansing Wave? I am Voltron, exactly, Mr. Kong. I mean, if we got a Cleansing Wave, I imagine the Baron's going to fight. It has to fight anyway. It has to, it's got enraged. Oh, and the steal. Lorenzo's still in a very powerful position. Definitely weakening. There's a lot. This is such an efficient deck that Crystal's got. Grey Rider, very nice, allowing to fight with the Xenobot, the Xenonite, which means that they're then going to be able to draw extra cards. Cycling through the deck even faster. The Cleansing Wave would be absolutely huge here because you get quite a bit. How many Logos cards still there? So this card has got there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left in play. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in play, 2 in the archive, so that would mean there's only 5 left. Uh, no, it's not going to flip anytime soon, Mr. Kong. There's 17 left in the draw. Fights Quincan. So dealing with a Quincan, which wasn't that much of a threat, so that's kind of weird. Oh, it's also just leaving a stun board. They're scooped. Well, scoop number 1, number 2's well, scoop 1 was purged. Scoop 2 has been played. Scoop 3, and then we're going to see Mug to finish off the Fabian. There's a lot of captured ammo, but not much that Lorenzo can do to get it back. Apart from the triple mug. Yeah, one mug has been played. No, the Fabian needs to die here. With how many capture icons? No, Crystal saying yeah. It depends if they got the second Fabian. It all depends on what's left in his hand. Yeah, which is Radiant Truth. So there's a lot of power left in the deck to come out. A lot of it is Dis. These Mind Fires could do some excellent work. Mark of Dis could be absolutely brutal here. Discards Finch Cloak. Yeah. Yeah. If otherwise both plays game one. There's Mug. There goes Fabian. So Lorenzo is 2 keys and 3 amber against Crystal's 5 and 0 keys. There goes Library card. Basically, what has happened here, because Lorenzo hasn't got to 6, they've essentially give Crystal some breathing room, and we saw how well Uriel was able to use breathing room once the Hammer Launchers gave it to them. And this, we might see Lorenzo get punished by that. Yeah, Mr. Kong gets a replacement effect. It's not a instead. It's an instead of, not a. Oh, you can, if you've got to capture steel one. It's a instead of, so it just replaces the ability. So 2 Fabians still on the steel one, which archives the QMX and got rid of the frame going forward. So very nice. See, the good thing is this still got the ability to reap and draw a card, reap and draw a card. I don't think we're going to see Group Think Tank's action here. Galactic Inquiry archives draws and then archives top 2, or archive top 2 then draw. Crystal is about to shuffle their deck again. And even if they shuffle it again, there's only going to be 5 cards left. Draws a card with library card, and they can still draw 2 cards from low. This Yeah, and the Dynamo bots are about to discard and draw a card. Discards Fangs and Grizzle Heart, which is, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, and then the hand is now 10. The draw is 6. Standardized testing would blow up Grey Rider and Titan Engineer. But then this puts Titan Engineer in the discard, ready to be drawn again. No, because because there's another bot, they can still discard and draw another card. Yeah, they've just redrew it. They've got Damiobot, Dinobot, and Xenobot. So it's going to be a discard and a draw. So I think it's pretty much safe to say that at least one Fabian's in hand. Use this Galactic card to archive the top. There's literally 8 cards in archive, 10 cards in hand. And there's only 2 cards left in the deck and 2 in discard. 2 discarded standardized testing from them because they didn't want to get rid of the Titan Engineer. But the key thing is here: that breathing room is the killer again. And if Fabian can come down, the capture icons are going to be monstrous. So there's 18 cards there, and the thing is, we know what was in the deck because we saw it was shuffled back in, which means that next turn is gonna be a dis turn. We're gonna we're gonna see Snevet come back. Possibly just go back into Sanctum and try and because gone exactly to 6, so Crystal could just go into Sanctum here and basically steal a load, get Fabian down, steal a load, and make that board huge. Okay, we might even see a. We've got the flame, the soul fiddle. We've got the dominator bauble, and there's no way that they can't get Lorenzo off 6 because Crystal has got Snarette, has got Drekka, has got Mindfire. This could be one hell of a comeback. And we're now at the halfway point as well. I don't. It depends on if they can steal the stuff, but if they can get Lorenzo below 3, which could be possible with the mind fires, I think Titan Engineer will remain on the flank. And yeah, I mean, you don't even have to go that far out. But I mean, yeah, it still works. You get the reap, and then you get the fight, and then you can always even just fight with the Xeno Knights to get rid of the sea urchin with poison, and then still look at the top 3 cards of your deck. But we know Crystal has got at least 8 discards, or 8 or 9 discards among. Oh, yeah. I think that Crystal has realised that Sanctum's a much stronger play here. This and Lenzo being a great opponent here, allowing the changeover. But Sanctum is a much stronger play here. You get the Favians down. Your opponent doesn't have much way to deal with them, and yeah, no, Crystal's going to Sanctum. I know Crystal's going to Sanctum, although it's like one of the least ones here. But we're going to see what's in the archive. No, we don't. We don't. Because there's a second Fabian, Burning Glare. That's the that. Yeah, that's the archive pulled. Yeah, it has to be. Yep, use Bone to fight, get some extra damage on, say, Bubbles. Uh, Reap for Grey Rider, fight with the Xenobot into Hawkins to get even more damage. And Crystal is now just going to shoot ahead. with so much amber. Technician has been purged. And I mean, Lorenzo is sat on 6, but these Fabians are just going to come down, and then we're going to see capture icons come in. This was a very wise choice because you got the Waking Nightmare, but with Lorenzo being at exactly 6 and you having Snurret and stuff like that, it clogs up your hand. Whereas if you can set up this huge Sanctum board and force your opponent to have to deal with. Yeah, I mean, we're at 15 and the board's damaged, already damaged. You could flex and go for the extra damage sort of way. But I don't. I think at this point. Yeah, but Crystal, I mean, you're talking a minute amount of amber here. You're talking when Crystal is sat at 16, we're talking 3 or 4 extra amber. It isn't going to have that much impact in the grand total here. You can say that, but you can you show me a card in Lorenzo's deck that can get Crystal down to 5? Even that's going to be a feat with the board completely stunned. And I mean, if Crystal can Crystal has the ability by looking at what's in the discard and what's in the purge pile to exactly work out what's in Lorenzo's hand as well. 18 amber with double favor come down, and Lorenzo's sat at 4. I think this is a comeback of the goddamn year. Uh, yeah. So Lorenzo he knows they aren't losing next turn. That's key. Master, yeah. Put your siege creature back on top of his deck. That gets Lorenzo to 10. But the problem is that doesn't matter. That's why Sanctum was so important last turn, because this now saves the day. The Waking Nightmare. The Waking Nightmare just discards Ray Blaster, steals 1 from Mindfire. Very nice. Yeah, we've got Inspector, Anguish, Malfacorn, Drekka, Narette. Keys would cost a minimum of 11 from this Waking Nightmare anyway. And the Waking Nightmare has a capture icon on it. As does the uh, Mark of nothing, because he's just been forced into Starlights. And Starlights has got removal, but no. There's one capture. So Lorenzo's still like, okay, don't have Waking Nightmare, don't have Waking Nightmare. But we know they've got Waking Nightmare because they've got all their remaining discards in their hand. Waking Nightmare was the only way out of it. Gets Lorenzo to exactly 6. Doesn't matter because, yep, Snurret will capture that anyway. And then Waking Nightmare comes down anyway. And Hamburg Lancians pipped 2 keys down, and Crystal comes back. That is absolute. Again, all not finishing we needed was that one turn of breathing room where it was a great game. You are correct, C Minion. It,
So as you can
Oh,
tell, my commentary was important for the last 10 to 15 minutes.
that
So
that
so
was such a good game. Crystal coming back, and both games turned the moment Hamburg Atlanteans eased off the pressure. Whether that was an intentional easing off, or whether it was just what the hands gave them, but I think Ira Daly knew what that turn of giving Uriel a breathing room was a very risky play. And Lorenzo just unfortunately ran out of steam because such an oppressive Dark Tidings deck from Crystal would be able to stun the boards and keep locking it out, and that one Logos turn set up the victory, and that is why being a proactive player is so much better than being a reactive player, because if all you're doing is reacting to your opponents, you're not in control. The moment Crystal took control of that game, they came from 2 keys back.
I mean, yeah, I mean, what can you say? That was an amazing final. I'm glad we were here to see this, and it is a sad time now to say that was our last KOTE match, but yeah, it's been an emotional run, KOTE 10 especially.
Mr. Lima, if you'd like to join the giveaway,
there we go. Thank you. I'll bill you for the cost to South America in a minute, since the cost to the US was insane. But yes, we are randomly selecting the winners of the play match, or not just on who has cheapest shipping.
But yeah, that was definitely an intense final and absolutely amazing.
So, I mean, what else is there to say? I mean, congratulations to you, Not Finished With Your Mum, formerly Not Finished With Your Mum, for winning KOTE 10.
Yeah, they've been here since KOTE 2?
3, I believe.
And they've been in every single one. They've constantly made it further and further. Been absolutely amazing to have there, and it's great that they've got it. The reason this is the last KOTE, Mr. Lima, is that we're a bit burnt out on it.
Yeah. The time has come for us to move on to new things, and we wanted to finish on a high before we didn't want to do it.
It's not too late. There you go. I added you in. Basically, we didn't want to run KOTE into the ground and have it limp along when we weren't feeling the same enthusiasm we've always had for it. We wanted to end on a high. We wanted to go out with the support of players, and where we still had some motivation ourselves. And it's not that we don't love the game, it's not that we don't love the community. It's just a simple case of, with the pandemic and everything going on, our lives have got a lot more hectic, and we've got a lot more going on ourselves.
Yeah, it's just time for the next chapter, as it were, as they say. Exactly. We want to leave on a high, and we're leaving on a high. But
the Swindle are not taking up the mantle as much. I don't know if I've got that. Yeah, I've got it there. The Swindle are going to be running their own team events as well, so there will still be team events going on, and you might see us there in the future. But at the moment, we've got so much going on separately that we kind of need to focus on and get back to some sort of normal there.
And then maybe we'll be back next year with a new game. Maybe we won't be. We've got lots of ideas. Just don't have the energy right now. So we're going to take a couple of months off, and then see what the world is like, and then see if we come back or not. But no, thanks to Mr. Lima. We've really enjoyed running this. I mean, this has been 2 years now for me. Year and a half. 2 years since you started playing in the first. A year and a half since you've been involved, roughly, Brett. I mean...
roughly, I mean, we're approaching 2 years. I was like early 2019 I kind of joined.
May. Just after the first quiz, yeah. Just after the first, you joined. As an admin, you joined May, June.
Yeah, fair enough.
But it's 2 years since the event overall's been running. But you were a cheerleader from the start. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
You were there as a cheerleader from the start. And I mean, it's a great thing. It's great to meet many people at the UK Championship last year. Obviously, it wasn't one this year. I've enjoyed traveling the world with this event before COVID came in, and it was nice to see people from around the world play. And so we had Canadian players, we had Singapore players, we had a few other places. I was supposed to play in Israel at one point too, but that trip got cancelled. So it's been great. But I think, as all good things, must come to an end.
Exactly. So, should we do some draws?
Yeah, so we have 4 mats here. I have a sample here that has had some glue spilt on it, and apologies for that. So this is what you're winning. This is just ignore the glue stain on the bottom. That's on me. Oh, you can't even see it, which is good. So there's 4 of these to give away. Packs ready to ship. If you are one of the lucky winners, please send me your address immediately, and they will go to the post the next couple of days, or at least this year. If Mr. Kong wins another one, there may be tears, because he's already won 2. But these are the last 4 coat mats available. I've got one, Brett's got one, a few people bought them. They were here when we dipped our toes into merch, and they did not sell. We sold enough to break even, but not enough to make a profit. Or close enough. Right, so who wins the first one?
The first one is Sweet Xantia.
Sweet Xantia. So can you put that into the chat? Sweet Xantia, are you still here? If you can please reach out to me via Discord, we will get that in the post to you in the next couple of days.
If they comment in the chat, you should be able to click their name and you can send them a message on Discord. On
Twitch,
yeah.
I'll stick with the original plan. Please send me a message on Discord. Because after a year, I'm still not used to Twitch.
If you're not in the Discord will still be up and running for a little bit. We haven't decided what to do with it yet, but that's the Discord. Number 2 will be... Oh, that's me.
Yep, okay. You don't win one. You don't win one.
Denied.
Again.
Oh. Not tonight.
Not tonight. So I know I have your address somewhere, but anyway, and I promised to get it in the post this year, and like everything else, I failed to post you over the time on time. Send me your address again, please, via Discord, and I will get that label printed out tonight.
Number 3, we'll be going to...
This one?
Oh, you can just send these together. Can't touch this Crusader.
If I put the price cost as a tenner, your VAT will be minimal.
Yeah.
So you'll get...
If we send Crusaders and Not Tonight's together...
To Crusader, he has to pay the VAT, yeah.
Then you can half the VAT together. You can just halve the VAT.
I don't think that's quite how VAT works if we say they're a tenner each. But yeah, anyway. Moving on. And the final one is going to go to... Dun dun dun. I've lost you, man. I'm not sure that's my...
Guess who?
Kongi.
Guess who?
Kongi.
Worse.
Who?
JPC Lima.
Oh. This will take the long, slow route to Brazil. Okay, you go, man. Not tonight. You're preaching to the choir on that one. Let's not bring Brexit into this. This will get to you one day. If it's anything like the stuff we sent to Ecuador, that day will not necessarily be in the next 6 months. But please, can you? It's not the Brazilian post as the challenge. It's the American post on the way to Brazil, like we found. If you could, JPC Lima, please in Discord send me your address. I will get these posted out. Yours may wait till January, just because I don't want to pay for shipping this month that far. But guys, look, thanks so much for all the support we've had. It's been it's an honour running this for the last 2 years. We've learned a lot, which was the aim of doing this. We aim to try and, whenever I try and do anything, I try and find a reason to do it, not just for the sake of doing it. And I started this out because I had to improve my online presenting. I had to improve my general organisation of running stuff, and I feel that's worked out nicely.
Next to our downstairs neighbours had ordered food and they were knocking on our door and the guy was walking on.
So you got free food, awesome.
No.
Sorry, Gabrielle, you're just too late. We've just done the draw.
You're just out, yeah. All 4 have just been gone. But maybe you can steal JPC Lima's.
Yes. If ever, you're just claiming it never arrived. By the sound of it, that may be the case. So, anything else do you want to finish off with, Brett, tonight?
Just a huge thanks to everyone that took part and everyone that supported us on the stream. We literally could not have done it without you. We have had so much fun doing this, and it's been so great having the regular people turn up to stream and have the regular people in the event. As much as we have organised the event and put our effort into it, you guys have made this event what it was, and KOTE will always be my favourite, just for Chris's reaction of how many teams do we have?
How many did we have now? Was it 100 and... I don't know. It was 8 times 13 or something.
Once we broke the 100 mark, you got a little bit worried that we were going to have to really mess about with systems.
Well, it wasn't so much that. It's just the organisational time. It scales badly. And it's a couple of days. I had to take roughly 2 days off per event just to do the group stages and the playoff stages.
That was such a long one as well. We had 12 teams in each group. So that was like a 3-month group stage, and KOTE will always be my favourite for that.
Yeah, never again. Next time we're capping it. But on that note, and the fact that my wife and children have arrived back, let's end this here on the high, and let's play the music out one last time, and we'll maybe see you back in the new year for something new. Thanks everyone for being here. Thank you for Josie for our art all the way through, all the way from KOTE 1. Thank you for Karen for her music. It's for the intro music we've been using. And thank you for all the players. I mean, it's been emotional.
It really has, and hopefully if the algorithm ever gets fixed and events actually start coming back up, we'll all get to actually play properly at Worlds and stuff.
What a novel idea, actually playing face-to-face.
Yeah, actually playing it, actual cards.
And I suppose finally at this point we should say thanks to our patrons as well, because our patrons here, they're the ones that help fund the prizes for the last few events. And
yeah, they really have. Going through the Patreon, although it wasn't massively popular, everybody in the Patreon loved getting their art prints that Josie had made for each event, and that helped us fund getting the play mats and getting the sleeves and getting everything together to just make it as good as it was.
Yeah, completely. Right, well on that moment, thanks everyone again for a final time, and we'll see you next time.
Alright. So today we're going to go over to the Yogscast, who are doing the Jingle Jam. It's a charity event for multiple charities, including gamers with disabilities. If you donate £35, you can get codes for 55 games. I do recommend getting some amazing games, and it always goes to great causes.
Awesome, go and do that, guys. All right, have a great evening, everyone.